Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Super Hostile Modded Dalania. In the last episode, we were making our way through this area, the Grand Exchange. And yeah, we saw the wool. There is a lot of things down there that are probably really bad. But yeah, we saw the wool. It is off in that general direction. But our chest plate broke, which was terrible. So I have a new chest plate, and it is amazing. Protection 4, Unbreaking 5, Soul Binding. Better than our leggings with the Unbreaking. And I also noticed I had another Sharpness book, Sharpness 3. So we have Sharpness 4 on our Warhammer now. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, we're gonna continue making our way through this area. Came back. I did a lot of farming between episodes, and while there's some things that I'm gonna want to do, but that's gonna have to wait for the next time we are back at the base because we're gonna complete some quests. Oh great! Oh great! Let's run back over here. There's bad guys. And I really don't want that to happen because that was terrifying. Fun fact, lava does not stop fall damage like water does. If you want to, even if you have fire resist, which there is something down there, and I don't know if I really care enough to go explore. We are going to probably, honestly, with how big this map is, we're probably going to have a full episode of, okay, Blast Off, Sapper, Quicksand, that's not too bad. We're probably going to have a full episode. I like to explore maps after we're done and have beaten them. And so that's something that we're probably going to do for, like, an entire episode with this map, just because of how large it is. But, yeah, so, I do have a lot of quests that we've completed. We will try to complete those later. I don't know if we're going to actually head back to the base today in this episode or not. Just because of... Mostly, I don't know how long it's going to take us. And I think if we finish this place up, we're going to go somewhere else. We're going to explore around a little bit more. But let's go ahead and get some stuff put away and see if we can't get through this area. It shouldn't be too much more. There is 2 paths, which is a little bit of a mystery. I don't know what this direction holds, but the wool is right over there. Oh, great. Alright. Creepers. There's a chest right there. With a bunch of random things. Alright, cool. Bewitched Tome. Ooh, what'd you give me? Anything good? Fire protection. Nope. Alright, so where should we go first? Should we... I think we should probably head towards the wool first, but I kind of want to see what's this direction. We started going this way, and it was about the time when our... I hate the creeps. There's another enchanted tome as well. Bewitched tome, whatever. Creeps are the worst. Parasites. Those are not dangerous, really, but they are surprising. Alright, so is this just more spawning area? It feels like this is going to go somewhere. Some more stalls back here, and there is a gigantic gate. Okay. You are hard to hit. Skeleton warrior. Why is there a button on this bookshelf? Oh. Okay, we're going to look at that in a second. I'm going to read that in a moment. I just want to check all of this stuff. Not really much of anything that I really care about. But we're going to put whatever we can away. Okay. So what did that say? Some field notes from a mage named Alani Merrick. Seems to be a travel hub and marketplace for the Tyronians, at least in the past. Now strange mummies roam the halls in one section of the area sporting lavish gold ornaments. I wouldn't be surprised if treasure hunters came seeking gold. Also note, I find it interesting that the standard model vending machine hasn't changed over all these years. Most ones here are malfunctioning though. So basically, the command block things don't work. But this is another area full of creeps and skeletons. Come on. Come on around. Oh, great. Lightning. That is a really, really annoying skeleton. But hey, he does drop a gold thing. And then you, as much as I don't really want to get into the water here, we're gonna explore a little bit. We do need to. There's something up there. I don't like the look. Oh, that's a squid. Okay, I don't mind the looks of a squid. This feels like it just goes upwards. So I'm gonna. You know what? We're gonna be smart. One, we're gonna eat some food. Yeah, this looks like an aqueduct of some sort that just goes upwards. And so what we're going to do, we're going to grab our almanac. And we're going to mark this spot right here. Is there anything? Let's do that. And path upwards. And we can go check this out from the surface and see if there's anything at the surface. And that will kind of tell us if there's any reason to care about this place. So, that is this side. We do need to make sure we are well watered. And how is our... Okay, our armor is actually doing pretty good. There's a spider. A bunch of things, actually. Let's aggro you. I hate that you have Storm. Storm is awful. Storm destroys armor so quickly. And then a purple spider. Purple mobs are somewhat dangerous, but mostly because they tend to be so fast. Alright, let's just murder the zombies that are filled with parasites. Parasites are good, like I've said before, because they are relatively easy to kill, and they do have the advantage of two things. One, they can be infernal mobs, which means more stuff, more tokens. That was close. More tokens, but they can also be used for bait, which is always good. So this is not a safe area, for the record, but I need to deal with a little bit of inventory stuff. So let's get back. You are an actual skeleton, not just an enchanted haunted tool. We'll gladly deal with that. More goblins. Goblins do hurt your armor as well. Alright, let's back up for a second and deal with this inventory. And then hopefully we can make the rest of the progress we need. We got slowness from something. It's really annoying, all of the infernal mobs. They just kind of make your day more difficult. They don't really... Some of them hurt, but, like, they're just annoying half the time. Especially when they're just, like, goblins and things like that. So we'll just hang out right here. There's usually not anything up here. And I'm gonna just dump everything into a bag, not my blocks. I like my blocks. I would like to keep my blocks. And lag spike. Great. Hey, we got a shulker box. Hold up. Nothing in that, but that's really cool. More storage. Let's just grab this stuff. Put whatever we can in here. Perfect. And then we put that there. And that there. That is my system for telling me which ones I can use because they're empty. Okay. So let's restock on some torches. And let's head back in. We also have 30 levels. Let's quickly level up gathering. Why not? Something else that we can do, we can get the auto feeding, and I think we're going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to regret that or not, but presumably we'll just automatically eat. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it works well. We will find out, I guess, but it is at the very least something we can do. So let's go get the wool and get out of this place. I really don't think that there's much purpose to... There are so many goblins. Alright. Which is both good and bad. They're going to drop a lot of their junk weapons. And we're just going to stand here for a moment. Murder all these guys as they come up. I don't know why there are so many goblins. Let's hit that spider. Creeper. Perfect. Alright, we're going to put just a little bit of torch here. I swear, skeleton horses sound terrifying. Hey, we ate. Cool. So that was a creep that came up on the other side. I do like that, in general, creepers do not actually blow up blocks, which is really nice. Alright. Don't know what kind of creeper that was, but let's hit that. It's not using... Oh my god. Okay. Purple spiders, sprinty spiders are terrible. Oh, we're eating random things. I just ate a spider eye. That's not... Okay, okay, there are downsides to this. Please get spider eyes out of my inventory. So does it eat from the top? Probably does, and I do wonder, like, how often... Why are there so many goblins? I do wonder how often. Alright, let's put a little bit more light in this area. And this area. Because there is a lot of darkness right here. And that's perfect. Okay. So... I think that skeleton is mad at the other skeleton because it was a trumpet. Let's just put some more things down. I'm gonna see if we can't... Ooh, we got the trumpet. Alright, let's rush this a little bit. This is very terrifying. There's also a harpy. Please stop. Alright. We are doing alright. Let's go ahead and push forward again. Oh, great. Another one of those things. I will say, it's nice to not have to eat food. But I definitely need to figure out, like, the best way to deal with all this. So we're going to turn around here. We're going to dump things in the inventory. We have a trumpet. That's kind of cool. And apparently those guys did not want to come up here. Perfect. Alright, how's our armor doing? We should probably look at that. Armor's not doing bad. I do believe that the goblins will really, really destroy armor. And I might want to start looking at getting even better foods. We might want to start using high saturating foods if we're going to use the auto eat. But I think the one thing despawned, which is good. Baby spider. No, stay. Okay, we gotta run. We have to run. Like, purple mobs are very deadly. And the reason is it's really hard to hit them. Alright, let's... Aw, I killed a bat. It's the worst thing. Oh god. Okay. I really, really despise all of these I really despise all of these purple mobs, the baby spiders especially. We have extra hearts for some reason. Did we almost die? We might have almost died. Alright, let's just get in there, do some damage, get out. Parasites are going to be everywhere. But that's actually okay. I don't mind too many parasites, but hold up. That does not look like a wool. Not in this map anyways. Oh no, there is decorative wool, so that should actually be what we're looking for. Alright. We should be good to start lighting up some of this. Oh man, there is a lot more down below. Okay. Creeps. Forsaken. Those guys are kind of a pain. But not as much as... Alright, cool. There we go. The depths of memory. I got something. I don't know what, but we got something. Memory of 1,000 armies. Alright. So... Everything up here... Okay, there's still a Forsaken or two... There's still a Forsaken. Makes me think there's a spawner in this area. There's a lot of stuff down there, and I don't want anything to do with it. But bridging is going to be a nightmare with skeletons. Alright, lesser mummies. This is where the mummies are. Okay. So let's, get these guys out of the way. And we're gonna bridge and hope that there's no infernal mobs to ruin our day. And this is hopefully the wool. But there is definitely a lot more down here. But the way it sounded, it was mostly for treasure. So if this is the wool, which we should probably break these, it's not going to be that big of a deal to skip more of that area. There is a trollager down there. Alright, let's try to get across. That is not where I wanted. Perfect. Okay. So we definitely need to get more blocks on the bar. Get rid of those spider eyes. Ugh. Yeah. Horses sound terrifying. I think I understand what's going on here. This is the wool, isn't it? It's a trap chest. Orange wool. Yep. So this probably goes... I'm having trouble with frame rate at times, it feels like. There's a lot of things here. I think what's going on here... I think that's all we need to do. Anything good? I'll take the coal. As much as I hate it, I'll take some of this other stuff. We're going to switch those. Perfect. Okay. Anything in the furnace? Yeah, there is a lot more here. But we have the wool, so how much do I actually care? What I think is going on here is... it's expecting us to go down to come back up. Because I don't know if we could actually bridge across, but I think what we're going to do is just say, see ya to this area and leave. So let's get out of here. We're gonna completely skip the danger area. I'm not messing around with that. But yeah, there is a path over here. There is a staircase that goes down. And it probably goes around through that big area. But yeah, just bridge across. Or if you had like, I don't know, an ender pearl or something. Yeah, I'm getting some weird lag. I'm also going to see, as bad as it is, if I can like disable skills. I'm going to have to look into that one. But let's get out of here. And then we have the wool. We have yet another wool. That is our third, which unfortunately we've gotten the first three. I do think I know what is the intended fourth one, or at least one of the close to fourth ones. And it might surprise you that we need to go to an area that I was kind of scared of. We also have 70 levels. Wow. Alright, let's get up here. Let's get out of here a little ways. Let's go ahead and use some of those levels. For gathering, let's just max gathering out. And yeah, we'll lucky fisherman. Why not? And then I think for the rest, let's do attack. We only have 9 skill points. Our skill points are everywhere. Let's do magic. And let's get out of here. I hear some things. There's probably some stuff up here, but not where it matters. So let's just get out of here. And then we are going to do one more thing before we end the episode. I'm probably going to meet you guys back at the base when we continue next time. But I want to do two things. One, I want to sleep because I figured it was night. And what we're going to do is this. We are going to grab our horse. Let's go ahead and dump anything that we can in here. And grab a lead. Actually, we don't need a lead. Our horse is already tied up. So let's get out of here. There might be some mobs in this region. I've encountered some stuff in here. I've lit it up pretty well, though. Yeah, I need to get better food, or I need to get rid of the auto eat. That was a bad choice. It doesn't work quite as well as I'd hoped. But let's get out of here. Let's grab our horse. And then let's grab our bed. And let's go up the mountain, first of all. And what I want to find is a way up this mountain. These horses are terrible at actually jumping, but they're good horses for speed. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow this river, and I want to see. Okay, so there's no sign immediately here that there's anything, but it could be kind of off this to the side a little bit. I just don't know where it would be. But this would be kind of the region where that aqueduct area looked like. So that just might be another way in there. I don't think that it's anything of importance. So we're gonna ignore it, and let's just follow the river down. We gotta go back down the mountain, but we're gonna follow the river to presumably there will be an oasis, unless this is the oasis on the map, which I don't think it is. And our horse is not gonna have the best of times going down this hill, but it's fine. Alright, so if we head over here, this is the river. And we're just going to follow it until it dead ends, basically. And there is on the map this. Okay, so this is the oasis. Alright, there's nothing here. That's fine. So there is plenty of stuff to do still in the desert, but I think that is going to be it for today's episode. We are going to head back. I'm going to head back to the base. We're going to do a little bit of base work in the next episode to make things a little bit nicer for me, and then we are going to head out to where I think. So I try not to look up too much stuff, but I did see that I believe the magenta wool is, or like, actually, let's see, which color is it going to be? It would be, so we have the yellow, we have the orange, and we have the white. So I believe it was the magenta wool is the royal retreat, the nobles retreat up in the northern section of the map. So that is where we're going to head next time. We'll give that one another little exploration and see if we can find anything there, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!